Hello again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I keep saying that I'm not going to do this, and now this is what, the third week that I'm doing this. I did not plug in my microphone, so let me just make sure. I was like all ready to go, and then I forgot to plug in my microphone. Hi again. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Michael. Thank you for joining me. I do have my chat open over to the side down here. Can everybody confirm you can hear me? Hello, everyone. So I've got a little bit of a different broadcast today. Oh, I don't know why. The chat wasn't working last time on the past 2 weeks, so I can look over here. I don't have to look so far away now. Anyway, different kind of broadcast today. In the past 2 weeks, I've been experimenting with all to new products that I haven't used yet. But this time, I'm deciding to do a little bit with Concord and Ninth this time. I was a camp counselor. If you don't follow Concord and Ninth, I was a camp counselor in this previous summer camp. I was Team Poppy, or camp, the Poppy Cabin. And during that special occasion, they released, for the July 2025 release, the pop-out Stax base dies, as well as coordinating die sets that work with this interactive card. Now, I saw this and I was immediately jealous that everybody else was getting to get this product, but I'm so glad that they actually sent it my way. I didn't have to ask. And so yeah, the supplies that I'll be showing have been supplied by Concord and Ninth. They sent it to me shortly after the summer camp, but I just haven't had a chance to use it, you know? So I did refer to Mindy's video over on the Concord and Ninth website, where they show a nice little tutorial. I tried not to watch the whole thing. I just really wanted to get snippets of how to assemble the thing, but it's so easy. And I did do a little bit of prep work beforehand, because there's a lot to die cut with this project, but I'm so excited to assemble it. Oh, giveaway. So I'll mention it now. Don't put this in the chat. Put it in the comment section of this live, please, because otherwise, I don't know. I'm also trying to do a giveaway live as well. So make sure that you'll put this. That's not it. Sorry, hold on. This this code right here, this hashtag, the whole thing, Secret Garden, hashtag Secret Garden, into the comments. It'll get you one entry. I won't, multiple comments will not give you more entries. So one person put this hashtag Secret Garden into the comments, and at the very end, I'll pick a giveaway winner. So you do have to stick around, because I don't know how to notify you otherwise that you've won. And then I'll put my email in the chat, so that you can email me, make sure that your screen name matches and whatever. So, oh, and what am I giving away? Wow, Jaycee, come on. Two $75 gift cards, graciously provided by Concord and Ninth. I mentioned last night that I was going live. I messaged the marketing team over at Concord and Ninth, and I said, hey, do you have any current promos that I can share with people who are tuning in for the live session? And they said, no, give away two gift card, or give away X amount. So I said two $75 gift cards. That does cover the majority of the bigger items in this, which is the pop-out Stax base dies. So you'll get, if you add this to your cart, plus the bundle for the Secret Garden Stax dies and its coordinating stamp set, it's a little bit less than $75, and then plus shipping, it'll end up being a little bit more than that. But yeah, and you guys, the Secret Garden hashtag, this one, comments in the comments, not in the chat. I don't know how to give away comments from the live stream or from the live comments, so it has to go in the comments. Sorry. I'll learn one day. This was sort of like a last minute deal. Like I said, I decided to do this last night. And yeah, they were gracious enough to provide a code, or that little gift to you all. So can you put it in the comments while we are live? I can't find it. Okay, hold on. Let me try to see. Am I lying to you? That's even the worst part. We will figure it out. Go ahead and put your secret garden in the chat, wherever the chat is for you. And we'll figure it out. Even if I have to scroll through and like sort of pick a random number, somebody's gonna win some gift cards today. So, yeah. Silly me. I'm so sorry, y'all, about the comments. We'll figure it out. Do what you're doing. Put the secret garden in the chat, and then we'll let it go during a live only chat. Wow, Jaycee, prepared, really prepared this time. There's always something, right, with these live streams. So yeah, two $75 gift cards should cover the majority. It covers the products itself, but not the shipping, depending on where you are. So yeah, should we get started? Let me get rid of this thing down here, and I'll get set up on my work surface. Like I said, I cut the majority of the items ahead of time. So these are the items from the pop out Stax base dies. And like I mentioned earlier, Mindy has a wonderful video tutorial and one run through on the Concord and 9th website using showing how to assemble these dies. So let me move this off to the side again over here. And on my tray, I've already cut everything out. I do have a backup just in case I mess something up. But I have this panel cut from white cardstock. This one is from avocado. This is wheat and pebble. I really hope I'm saying these colors right. I meant to write them down before I die cut them, but then I just started die cutting and being inspired, you know, by all the palettes. So yeah, artichoke, wheat, and pebble. And if you've seen these dies before, then what this makes is a landscape scene. So on my Altenew cutting mat, here's my landscape portion on here. It fits really nicely A2 when it's laid flat, but then when you fold this along the score lines, along the other stacks in this scene, it creates this really wonderful pop-out card that you can sort of sit and stand up like this, and then the scene will appear in the front. So let me get started with this. So I'm going to work from back to front on this card. I kind of want like an ink blended sort of sunrise scene on this panel. So I'll use my sticky matte grid on this white cardstock. Yeah, Wendy, I'll ask whoever the random winner is to email me their username, and then we'll verify. I'm assuming that all of you are going to be 18 years or older. I guess I have to say that, and then what am I trying to say? Jesus. Yeah, that you're eligible. Oh, it's not sponsored by YouTube. There we go. Words, they were going to come to me eventually. I am going to use a mix of Altenew inks and Concord and 9th inks. I don't have all of the C9 ink, so I'll just have to mix and match. But I do want a little gradient on my background, so I'll just create a nice little glow on this scene. And a lot of the items that I'll be assembling today are inspired by my own garden. So I was really excited with the Secret Garden Stax die set that I could replicate the scene. And so I didn't have to look too far for inspiration. This is Dusty Pink from Altenew, and I'll do a slight halo of that. Let's see. Then I'll move down to a nice blue. Maybe I'll do Blue Horizon. I feel like that's fitting. I'll start this gradient from the bottom and let it meet Dusty Pink. And when this is all assembled, I won't see the majority of the bottom, like 2/3 of this card, I think. But if we do, then we'll find out. Sorry, I was like, where's my face cam? So you can see how angry I am when I ink blend. Thank you, Vicky. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, I do post my garden in its own story, and I separate it by year and by season. This right now, you know, like I said in my first live, it is so hot. So my garden is looking real tired right now. But I still try to share photos. You know, so my hibiscus usually comes up around this time of year. It didn't this year. And I'm really shocked. Like, it's one of the last things to emerge from the soil, and it just didn't do anything this year. I'm kind of worried about it. You know, but if it's its time, then if it's time, then I'll have to find something else to put in its place, you know? Let me deepen this blue just a little bit. Or do I want purple? Actually, I want purple. Hold, please. Let me get... What do I want to use? Well, let's try Raspberry Sunset. This is all too new again. And hopefully, we're going to finish this card in an hour. But that might be a stretch. I did die cut everything ahead of time, but we'll see what happens. And I'm doing the background first because, well, number one, I want this to dry before I glue anything onto it. Again, I appreciate that you all joined me so late. I know we're all at different time zones and maybe it's not late for you, but I was always so worried that 7:30 was going to be like not a great time to go live, where I was going to miss people. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Deborah. Let's see, what did I use again? I used Dusty Pink, Blue Horizon, and now this is Raspberry Sunset for my background right now. So I'll let those colors settle. Again, you won't see the majority of the scene or the background scene, but we'll just get it prepared for the other elements on this. Okay, so this is the most background element on this card. Then from the Pop Out Stax base dies, I also need these 3 items. And the nice thing is, like, you just align the bottom portion of all 3 of these layers. So there's your like second from the back tier. Here's the next layer or panel, and then after that there's this one, and there are already score lines on this, so all you have to do is reinforce the score lines and then glue them to your panel, follow the center alignment and also the bottom alignment for your scene. And again, I was drawing inspiration from my own garden. I feel like I got lucky that I could look at my garden and find elements to incorporate into this card. So it's a not so secret garden, but it is my garden. So 3:45 a.m. Oh my, on a school night. Again, I'll set this aside. And then I've already sort of got my dies organized from background to foreground. So I'm just going to show the set real quick here. I did use my 8.5 by 11 inch cardstock organization from Altenew. It seems to fit the whole thing. And then I did replace a magnetic sheet because there's a lot of pieces on here. And I hope to use this die set quite a lot. Oh, and then of course, all of these are in the description box as well. So if you are so tempted to snag this, it's ready for you in the description box. So Secret Garden Stax dies and its coordinating stamp set. The stamp set is what you stamp inside this little window right here. There's a little stand, and I'll show you the assembly of that in a minute, but that's where these smaller images go. It's so cute. It's like a little garden sign. Hopefully I don't need to die cut any more items today, because there just is a lot to die cut on this card, but I'm so excited to assemble it. Alrighty. So aside from my sky horizon, this one here, I've cut these items as well, and that will go on this layer. So this is that furthest back layer. So set this aside, and let's assemble the tree. In my garden, I've got this sort of crab apple right now, so I thought I would take like a green element and incorporate some reddish purples into there. So I'll take wild berry and a blending brush. Let me just bring these closer. I guess I don't need my laptop. Give me just a second. Put this away. It is in the way. I want to create some like stippling texture on this. Just so that the green pops through. But so that I get the reddish undertones to make it look like the leaves in my crabapple tree. And also my crabapple tree's looking real tired, y'all. It's too hot. It is too hot. Do we like that? I feel like it needs a little bit more red. Let's see if I can do that on green cardstock. Poppy maybe. You know, when you're working with complementary colors, sometimes you just get brown. So I was really trying not to do that on the tree here. But I kind of like the dimension on this. Hopefully I'm not missing any questions in the chat. Just let me know. Alrighty. That's Poppy, and then all you have to do to glue this down, oops, missed a piece, is one of the canopy areas lines up with this image right here. Sorry, can you all see that? Like out of frame, my bad. So all I have to do is apply glue to these 3 circles. And then find my alignment image. Like that. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. So, oops. Let me just get that perfect on here. There we go, right? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so one element, we'll just keep going. What was I doing with these ones? Oh, I have little hydrangeas along my fence line, so I'll make these my furthest hydrangea elements. And instead of like die cutting little pieces for this, I decided to use the Altenew acrylic markers because they're opaque on top of colored cardstock for the most part. I'm just gonna color some little dots in. If you've got gouache, you can certainly use gouache as well. And I'm just gonna put in, oh, not that one. Let's do maybe blush. We'll see what blush looks like. Oh, there we go. Just little dots, just to make this stand out a little bit more. Along my fence line, I've also got cat's mint, so Nepeta, beautiful blues. I cut mine back too hard this past fall, so she's kind of small right now. But right now, oh my gosh, so big. She was really small at the beginning of spring is what I meant, but now it's so big. Do we like that? Okay, we'll just leave that alone just to give that a little bit more texture and interest. I like to group my plants in groupings of 3, so I'll do this in my scene as well. I also cut more of these. And I'll use a yellow acrylic marker to put dots on this. Maybe group it in this area. Now this scene is going to be really full, so I think I can still scroll up after the live is ended, and hopefully I can still catch your comments for Secret Garden. I don't know, I'm using a program that should pull all of that. I hope. Or does it save it in here? We'll figure it out. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. I promise I'll pick a winner. Let's see. I cut just the canopy for the tree. I want to make like a sand cherry, a little sand cherry to add to this scene, and that's kind of along my fence line as well in the background. So I will use, let's see if dragon fruit does anything. Maybe we'll start lighter. And I'll do that sort of same stippling action to give this a lot of texture. Mary, I'm sort of got my ink blending tool on an angle, and I'm pushing the ink towards the cardstock just to get a little bit of texture. And of course, just like watercolor, it's easy to apply color, it's hard to remove it. So just light layers of that, and I'll sort of build that layer up. That's not dark enough for me. So we'll do Plumberry from C9. See if this makes it darker. There we go. And I will be cutting this apart just so it doesn't look like there's an awkward tree like in the background. That looks fine. Let's see what it looks like if I cut it apart. Jessica, how often have I gone live? This is actually the 3rd time I've gone live. And oh, I will say next week is not happening. I do have another live that I will be doing with Altenew specifically, and that's happening on Sunday, August 24th. I've been going on live on Wednesday. It seems to be the most, knock on wood, the reliable time for me to get home from work. It's also the day that I take off from the gym, but except these last 2 weeks, I have been still going to the gym, get my steps in. And so that it sort of helps with the nerves to go live. But anyway, Wednesday at 7:30 Mountain Time is when I've been going live. So what I'm doing is cutting this apart. And I'll just use pieces of this at different angles. And I'm cutting along like the score lines that are on here, just so it looks like it's a little bit more organic. And if it doesn't, then I will hide those seams like along other elements. or behind other elements, just so you don't see where I awkwardly cut straight lines. Like that. What if I turn this upside down? Oh, okay, that looks nice. So what I'm going to do is assemble this layer. I might use these in other places. Let's see. Thank you all for joining me again. Oh wow, my coworker's on here. You're supposed to be doing your homework. Let's see how I do this. I want to make sure that this tree doesn't go outside the boundaries of the A2 size alignment, because when this card is flat, it fits in an envelope. So I'm going to use the alignment on here on my Altenew cutting mat. Align my score lines to the bottom and to my center here. So I'm using this score mark. And I'm making sure that doesn't like come out of this boundary. Does it make sense? Well, maybe it'll make sense once we assemble it. For now, let me just glue this. There were so many gorgeous examples from other designers on the Concord and Ninth website. I just tried not to dwell on it too much because I didn't want to, I wanted it to still feel a little bit, you know, original, what I was doing. So let me see. And you want to be careful that anything that falls along this center score line will also need to be folded. Otherwise, the folding mechanism, the pop-out mechanism doesn't work. So, and if it does go over, it's not the end of the world. It's just something to think about as you assemble the card. Let's put the sand cherry there. And maybe I'll put this little piece behind the tree just to give this layer or this tier a little bit of depth. Like there? Yeah, let's do that. Then I'll add, excuse me, sorry. I'll add these little bush elements just to create more layers on this scene. Hopefully the other layers won't show on top. Let me see. Oh yeah, we can go down pretty far. And I did cut a lot of extra on here. I just, I didn't want to die cut so much on camera. So I think that looks good there. Probably won't use these. Oops. Maybe I might use it in a different part. And then I liked these little pieces here. I thought they looked like little ornamental grasses. I've got a few in my garden. I do plant like the perennial variety of grasses. I just like the way they look year after year. And they're always just so reliable. Foundation plants and good backdrops for like things that I have in the foreground, such as roses, of course. That's one thing, if you follow me on Instagram, I love posting pictures of my roses. I just wish that you all could experience the fragrance of them, because that's why I buy them. I buy them for the fragrance and of course the look. But I'm so drawn to really fragrant roses. Yeah, I just do. Oops. Maybe here. One more. Yeah. Just want to create some really organic looking drifts for this card of these elements. So, and I like at the end we'll kind of get a nice little reveal. Yeah, I'll put this back in my tray for now. If I need any of these other elements, then I'll add them. So that's that layer, okay? So that, again, that will go on here. Just that is so cute. Okay. Oh, I can't wait. Okay, I can't wait to assemble this card. Like I said, when they revealed this over at Concord and Ninth for the summer camp, I was just like, I want that so bad. I really hope they supplement this, by the way. Right now, I only know of this set, and let me just run back here and get it. The Boardwalk Stax dies. So this is also at Concord and Ninth right now. I'm pretty sure this is still in stock, but it's stunning. It's so fun, and if you don't like floral cards, this is just another great all-around example. Oh, let me show you what it looks like revealed or assembled. So isn't that so cute? And the stamp set cuts out or creates a variety of sentiments that go on the banner here, and it pops out, as you'll see, like this card. Okay, sorry, I got way ahead of myself. This is the banner, and while I'm getting the other pieces out, I just want to mention Concord and Ninth has graciously allowed me to give away some gift cards for today's live. So two $75 gift cards is what I'm giving away, and that should cover the products themselves. It might not cover shipping, depending on your cart, but make sure to put this hashtag in the in the live, and then hopefully I'll be able to extrapolate and extract the comments, and I can pick a winner at the end of this live session. So anyway, let's do the second tier. So the second tier on this, is that right? Yep, the second tier on this has the hollyhocks. Now, I don't have hollyhocks in my garden. I just struggled to get them when I was planning for my space, and then it just didn't happen afterwards. I hear hollyhocks are biennial, so you don't get the flowering portion every year, but still stunning and still a nice focal point in the garden, and they're so tall is what I see. I took a walk through my neighborhood one time and I did see somebody have them, but I haven't been through that area since. But they're gorgeous, and they come in so many different colors. I love the hollyhocks. That's why I bought these dies. You know, it's such a so stunning, you know, the way that they used it on this die set. And on the scene, really one fits just fine. I kind of wanted to spread the hollyhocks throughout the arrangement, so I did cut two, and I knew this part was going to be the most labor intensive. So where are we at? We're about 30 minutes in. I am determined to get this done in an hour. But I am going to quickly apply glue to these open areas here. Let me just look at the die packaging again real quick. Make sure I'm not making that up. I don't think I ever showed this, did I? So this is the assembled scene. You'll see that this is the size of the hollyhocks right here. And then I did want to put some on this side, on my scene. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me, Michelle, first time. This is my third time going live on my channel. I'm just really practicing, trying to get comfortable with the idea of going live. On my first live session, I mentioned that I have a completely new craft room set up behind me. I also have a new system and the lighting set up. So I just really wanted to make sure that I could handle, like this, the environment could handle going live. So that's why we're here. And I picked Wednesday nights just because it's what works with my work schedule. So let's see. So I know I'm supposed to take one of these. If they align with certain images on here, then they do. I'm just not going to spend so much time on aligning them because they look fine just as is. And then it looks like you can layer these ones with the opening in them and stack them on top. So let me do that. I'm using Tombow Mono's liquid adhesive. I have like a bulk 20 pack of this and I've only used like 4 of them. So this will be the only glue I probably use in this lifetime. I'm probably not aligning these right, but I kind of like that they're not so exact, at least on my card. But oh, actually it's kind of easy to align. There we go. And you get that nice little depth in the center. Hollyhock flowers sort of look like hibiscus, so they're like cup shaped like this. All flowers are always going to be cup shaped, Jaycee, but hard to describe. We'll Google it. Maybe I should have put some pictures, examples somewhere in the screen so that you all know what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't live in a place where these are native or you can't grow them for your zone or whatever. I forgot to mention the colors I was using. This is Creamsicle, Sorbet, Creamsicle, Sorbet, and what is this? It's looking like dragon fruit, but I might be lying. Hold on. Honeysuckle. So the one that I'm working on right now is, hold on. Where's my little swatchy? And that's the nice thing is like, I didn't really have to spend so much time thinking about colors on here. It was just, this looks nice. Oh, you know, hollyhocks are sort of like a yellowish green foliage. And then hollyhock colors come in a variety. Hollyhock flowers come in a variety of different color palettes. So you couldn't really go wrong with what you pick. Is that Sweet Pea? Show me the color. What is this? Yep, Sorbet and then Creamsicle. That's what they were. Okay, focus. I'm using my Altenew Perfect Picker and the tweezers as well to assemble this. Oh, sorry, these are all Concord and 9th cardstocks that I used for, yeah, for the entire thing. I just used it for a few Altenew inks, just because I don't have all of the Concord and 9th inks. And it was all of these on here. I don't have like the 2024, wait. No, I don't have the 2025 ones cut in my organization. I don't think I used any on this card. Yeah, I don't think I used any of the new 2025 colors. But just in case, if you haven't seen them, they are linked in the description box. So yeah. Sorry about that. I thought I mentioned that. But thank you for reminding me. Oopsie boops. Let's see. Maybe we'll do this one. This one is taller, so it looks like all of these images really fit on here. Boop. Okay, and then we'll put the outer portion. In the example, the background piece was cut with like a yellowish cardstock, so it looks like the flower center. I didn't feel like doing that. And if I feel like I want to add like a little yellow center, then I'll use the acrylic markers to just color them in real quick. Honestly, I might even end up doing that just to show you since I mentioned it. Is that good? Oops. Got stuck to me. I think I can even use some of these smaller pieces that are from the center to fill in other areas. Let's see. That looks cute. We're going to keep doing that. Just so I'm not wasting my little die cut pieces. Yay. Okay. Let's do sorbet again. On this last one here. It looks like you all have brick and mortar stores still over where you are. I'm in Denver. I only know of one in the Springs, and I've just yet to make the trip down there. I don't even know if it's open, but if you're in Denver, let me know, and if you know any paper crafting stores. I used to go to one in Aurora. It was close to where I used to live, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like, unfortunately, along the lines of when pandemic was taking everything down, but I never saw it come back up. But they were very small. They sold a lot of but they were more scrapbooking. So I saw a lot of Kaiser Craft stuff. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, it's tangent. There's a lot of gluing here, so I just don't want to bore y'all. Let's see. I know I won't use this entire palette, so, or this entire die cut. I think I'll be using only one or two of the hollyhocks on here. So let me just pick. I think if I pick the center two, it'll look a little bit more intentional and organic. It just won't look like a, you know, a repeat of two images, if that makes sense, as I'm assembling these. So let me use this one. You know what? I'm going to switch up the colors on this one. Just for a little bit of interest on these hollyhocks. The All Too New live happens on Sunday. Sunday the 24th. Unless you're referring to a different one. The Heartfelt Moments one, that is Friday, September 29th. Sorry, Friday, September 19th. Let me just make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, it's whatever that Friday is. September 19th. But this time I'm showcasing some Concord and Ninth products. I remember seeing this at summer camp, like I've mentioned, to those of you who are still here. And yeah, I just never got a chance to use these products, and I'm just so excited because I get to recreate my own garden on this card. So that's what I'm doing today. I just don't have hollyhocks, so I'm kind of just doing whatever on this one. But yeah, I appreciate you all joining me. Sorry, this part is like so monotonous. So many layers. Hi Amy, thank you for joining me. Oops, I messed up the order on that one. Oh well, it'll all work out. Almost there. Do we like that? And if we don't like it, you know what fixes it? Splatter. Let's see. I don't want to use these pieces yet. Maybe I might come back to it. Maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Kind of like gardening. I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta let it do its thing when they're small, and you just kind of take care of them, and then in a few years it surprises you, and it's just like, oh, it's a beautiful scene. So let's see. Let's color this in. Let me take this acrylic marker. Nope, can't see that. Oh, you can kind of see that. No, I'll just keep going. Boop. Color in the centers here. Putting in quick dots of caramel toffee. Just to the centers. Just like that. There's a die that cuts out some of the foliage on here. I didn't decide. I just didn't want to use it. So that's why it's not on my card. And I don't want to cut this apart yet. I know I mentioned that I was going to cut this. I'll wait till I assemble the scene. So I'm going to set these over to the side. And then... oh, wrong side. I'm going to put it over to this side. And what's this next layer? This one right here. So this is my most foreground layer. And it is this strip cut from Pebble. I've got like a gray paver walkway in my garden. So that's why I chose Pebble. And actually along my fence line is hydrangeas. So what I need to do with this layer, these two die cuts frame the space here like that, and then if you want to, you can add these little fence elements to the sides, or you can leave it open, whatever feels good to you. But before I glue those down, let me add some texture to this bush. Do I have a green from Concord? We'll try artichoke. Actually, what does grasshopper look like? We'll try grasshopper first. And I'll do that same stippling technique on this one, just a light application of this. You won't really see it through the fence, honestly. And after adding the hydrangeas to this bush, you won't see even more of it. Create some depth too by blending grasshopper. And fun fact, the first time I went to Concord in 9th for summer camp 2024, grasshopper was my cabin. I think. Wasn't it? Embarrassing. I think it was. I'm like 98% sure it was. If I'm wrong, don't correct me. I'm just kidding. I really don't remember. I know it was a green, but now I'm like getting real twisted up on it. I really can't remember. Grasshopper? Anyway, okay. That's grasshopper. Let's do artichoke next. Get a little bit more, oh, I like that. A little bit more depth on here. Again, a lot of this will be covered by the hydrangeas, so I'm not worried if it's so perfect. I like that. We'll just leave it as is. Artichoke and grasshopper. Then on here, I cut 15 of these little white hydrangeas because I wanted these to look like my little lime pinnacle hydrangeas from Proven Winners. And they're not doing the thing right now, but when in fall they go from, so they transition from lime green to white to like pinkish, and then this like cranberry juice red. So you get such beautiful interest throughout the year. And so when I saw that Concord included these hydrangeas in their set, I was like, I have to replicate these. And I'm just gonna dip them in the ink pad just to quickly apply some color onto these. Let's see, so that's what, 4, 5. And then I'll leave some white. Let me get a darker one. Okay, I don't have like a red from Concord, or the red that I'm looking for really. Is Razzleberry gonna do it? No, not quite. I think Cherry Sweet will. This is an Altenew color. I just don't have the right red, I don't think, or the red that I'm looking for. So I'm just gonna press that into the ink pad to get a variety of different mixes of color. Oops, wrong side. There we go. Yep. And if I need more, I did die cut extra. Hopefully I haven't been missing comments, sorry. I've been trying to take a look real quick. I don't know. I think it was grasshopper because that's when the color came out. I think you're right, Jen. See, look at you. Y'all know. Again, thank you all for joining me today, especially so late. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I thought this was going to take an hour. It's going to take longer than that. And of course, I cannot wait for it to cool down in my craft room because it is so hot again. So hot. Okay, gluing down hydrangeas. So there is no wrong way to do this. I find that hydrangea blooms, of course, are going to be towards the top of the flower, or top of the bush. So we'll just do that. And I'll just throw these on here wherever feels good. Maybe a few white ones. So many layers. If you haven't seen the assembled product or project yet from other designers, it's gorgeous. It's so fun to make different scenes. And if they do supplement this pop-out Stax die set, man, there's so many different ways you could do this. And I think you can do it with other existing projects or products as well. I just haven't had the opportunity to experiment with that yet. Oops. Do we like that? I like that. Okay. And then I do know that this goes on top. So let me do that. This is the fence line. Again, you don't have to put this portion in, but I decided to this time. And I'm just allowing the fence to sit along the bottom edge here and along the left edge. I did cut some extra bits of the foliage that match the hydrangeas. On the card example, maybe it shows that these leaves are popping out through the fence. Gives it a little bit more depth. Yep, see right there. Thought that was so cute, so I thought I'd do that too. So the leaves can say hello as people walk by. Thank you, Cheryl. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Can you pop up the leaves in the bush? Let me show you on this one. Yes, there is a score line on here. Focus, there we go. And you can pop these out. See that? Okay. So yeah, that's extra nice. Now you can do that on the scene. Oh, and I did want some of the hydrangea blooms to pop out through, or pop through as well. So maybe one there, one towards the outside. Bam, and bam. So then after this, I'll just repeat that on the other side. For the other opening in the fence. So let me glue down some hydrangeas. Not too many on this one. And then that fence line, the other portion of the fence line. Like that. And then just to match the other side, throw on some of that foliage peeping through the fence line as well. Oh no. There we go. This one. Bam. Okay. Oh my gosh. So that's the hydrangea elements on that. The other most foreground element that I wanted to include, I do have two black planters next to the shed in my garden. So I die cut a few pieces already. Thank you, Winnie. And Janice, hopefully you caught the, oh, there you go. Yeah, I just saw your comment. Yeah, you're welcome. Like I mentioned, I've got two like 21-inch planters in next to the shed in my garden. Right now, I leave like a buckthorn bush in there, and in the winter it turns such a gorgeous red. Or sorry, what is this? Jaycee, this is not red, this is yellow. And so I wanted to use that color palette with that. This is sunflower. And then in the container, I throw in annuals. So I have a Supertunia Latte, I think is what it's called. It's a white variety with like a mocha brown center. And then I've got a sweet potato vine that's in this yellowish green, bright green foliage color. So I'm hoping like as I transition to fall in Colorado that, you know, I get this really nice like bright pop in my garden in these containers. So let me just assemble that real quick. I'm gonna put the what are these? I think this is Sprout cardstock, more towards the front. Then the white cardstock to be my Supertunias behind that, so it sort of peeps through. Let's see, so I've my sticky mat for the Altenew products is, I'm guessing what you're asking about. I have had the 7.5-inch sticky mat grid, the one that originally came with my stamp wheel, and I used a solvent that I shouldn't have. So I used, I think I used acetone, and I'll admit it's not as sticky, but what I have done, give me a second, I'll show you what I've done to help salvage it. This is the 7.5-inch stamp wheel. Underneath my slim grip mat, so that I still have a sticky surface to work on, is the other stamp wheel. So there is a sticky side to my slim grip mat. It sticks to my not as sticky slim grip mat grid, and so that I could reuse it, you know. I did end up purchasing another one myself, and that's what I use to ink blend on here. And this one I was very good about. I only use soap and water on this one. You know, whatever's left in like dishwashing soap, when you get all the stuff out, like the little bit, I dilute that all with water, and then I refill a spray bottle with it. I use the Spellbinders mister, and that's all I use to clean it. I don't use anything else. And I only use paper towels. I don't use microfiber cloths to do that, just so that nothing is caught on the surface. And I feel like that works well for me, and that's the same with the larger sticky mat grid. So although it's very discolored, you know, that's the nature of photopolymer, is, you know, you pick up the color, but it's still just as sticky as when I first got it. So soap and water, don't use any sort of volatile solvents on it, alcohol, acetone, definitely not acetone. So yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I catch up. I don't like missing the questions. It's, y'all, for the people who do this by themselves, like, props to them, because it's hard to moderate the comments and craft and be funny, all at the same time. So again, I appreciate you tuning in regardless, because this is quite a production. People who do this all the time, like, my goodness. Anyway, I have 2 containers of the same kind again. It frames like my space next to my shed. So I'll just repeat the same steps to create my little container here. And you might notice these little bushes here are the same that's in the very far background of my card. Okay, almost. Ooh. Ooh. There is this little border on here, it makes it look so neat. Other items I did not cut from the original die set. There is a bird bath image in this set as well. So cute. I just didn't want to use it on my card this time. Was Mindy in here? I have to credit you, Mindy, because you know, you had your little nice product video on Concord and Nine's website. I did watch it. I'll admit I watched a little piece of it. Try not to watch too much though, because I didn't want to steal nothing. So yeah, so easy. Mindy's, you know, instructions, of course, so fabulous. So easy to follow along, and yeah, use it to make your own scene as well. She had the video for both the Pop Out Stax base dies and the Secret Garden Stax dies on the Concord website. So if you ever need to know how to assemble these, you just watch her nice little video. I'm going to assemble the sign real quick. It goes on here. I did double them because I know that the majority of this is going to be just kind of sticking out on my card. And this is the little white sign that you add the little stamped sentiment to. So I die cut two just in case I mess it up, because that's what happens when you go live sometimes. So I've learned to have backups. Anyway, okay, are we ready to assemble this yet? My goodness, 8:39, so it's been a little bit more than an hour. We can get this done in 30 minutes. I feel good about this. And then I will announce the winners of the giveaway today. Again, Concord was gracious enough to give me two $75 gift cards that covers the majority of the products. You'll just have to cover shipping, and I'll announce that at the end of this live, I hope, with this random comment picker. Otherwise, I don't know how I'm going to do this. We'll find out. What am I doing? Stamp. This is the Secret Garden Stax stamp set. So these little images fit within this little window here. And speaking of stamp wheel, I'm going to use my stamp wheel just to hold this little bitty piece on here. Just cut this real quick. I love a good I love you sentiment, so that's what I'm going to use on this card. And I'll stamp this with Obsidian Pigment Ink from Altenew. And my head is going to be in the way for a moment. Just reading through your comments real quick before, oh no. Try that again. Let me try up here. Sorry everyone. Just a nice view of the back of my head. Okay. Don't come off. Wonderful. Okay. Let me stamp this Obsidian Pigment Ink like I mentioned, because I don't want to fuss with multi-stamping. So cute. Love the font. I think we can really start putting this all together now with all the layers. Okay. Oh, let me glue this down to the sign. Okay, so let me work back to front again, and that's what you'll want to do when you assemble your card. Let me get a... Alrighty. So I am going to actually tack this down. Maybe I won't. Where did I put my tape? Onto my craft mat, like this, so that I'm following the alignment of my panel on here. Then back to front, I'm going to start aligning these pieces. If I find that I have gone over a score line, I will reinforce it with a bone folder. So like this bush right here goes over the score. So I want to make sure to also fold along that line. I'm just going to reinforce these ones as well so that they appear better on camera. Oh, they appear on camera anyway. All right, so these outer folds, they go back. Like that. This inner one also goes back just like that, right? Yeah. I was like, oh no, I just messed it up. And then yeah, so anything that falls along the center score line, you will also want to score. Otherwise it won't move and stand up correctly. And then let me just run a line of glue along these two tabs. The bottom edge aligns to the bottom edge here. The center fold aligns with the center score line on the most background piece. So easy. Can I put anything on top of this? That'll work. Okay, next layer. So then the hollyhocks, I didn't glue them down to its next tier because I wanted to make sure that it doesn't obscure anything, but same nature. So we'll fold these pieces back. I'm gonna reinforce it with my bone folder and also fold along this score line. Like that. And again, glue only on the tabs that fold backwards here. Otherwise, this isn't going to work. So that will go there. And let's see. I'm actually going to glue this down now, the tabs, and then I will use like a reverse tweezer to hold my hollyhocks in place. Again, bottom of this edge, bottom of this, score line, score line. Easy to build these layers. Tree branches need to fold. So not on this one, because when it stands up like that, the tree sort of pops forward. Does that make sense? It's because this bush right here is actually glued to that tier. Where did that question go? Deborah, yeah, sorry, Deborah. So that's why I did not put a score line on the tree. Alrighty, so this one, oh, this fits so nice back here. Oh, I see. Okay, let me trim this down a little bit. It looks like I just have a little bit too much material. Just a little bit more. Oh wait, does this go on the front? Oh, let me put it on the front. That's so much easier. Jaycee, what are you doing? First time, right? Ooh, wait. Or will that look better? So yeah, I'm looking at my top border here. I don't want this to stick out too far on the top, because otherwise it doesn't fit in a folded note card. Or sorry, it doesn't fit in an envelope that way. Do we like that? Okay. And then with this one, like I mentioned, I only want to use pieces of it. So I am cutting just these center two. And then I'm going to sort of think where these leaf boundaries are. Like that. Just so I have a coordinating side on this scene. Okay, love that. Let me glue it down. Tweezers. Where did you go? Oh, found it. Ah, so cute. Okay, then last tier is this one. Fold these pieces back. Now, Bo, or who asked this? Deborah. This one I will need to score. So I am going to glue the left side of the hydrangea hedge first. Align it to the bottom and the left side, or this left score line right here. Right there. So this, since this one is glued and it overlays on top of this tier, I will need to score this fence line. So the way I'm going to tell is I'm going to turn this over, look for my score line back here. I'm using the Altenew scoring mat on my card. And I'm going to reinforce this fold. Gently try. I have a hydrangea in the way, that's okay. There we go, so that, oops, so that it comes out like that, okay? Then for the other side, I don't need to score anything, but I will glue it down. Of course, thank you for asking, Deborah. Sorry, those are things like, you know, as you're assembling the card, yeah, if I don't say it, you know, like, I might not even do it, and it'll come up later, so planning ahead. That's why we asked that. Oh my. This does not want to stay for me. Oh, you know why? It's because I didn't even put glue on it. Oh, you know what? I wonder what happens if we don't put glue on that. Kind of just let that pop forward. Do we like that? No, let me glue it. Oh no, Cheryl, this is, sorry, this is an actual, this was July 2025 release. I do have it linked. Yeah, sorry about that. This was not a camp exclusive product. It was just mentioned, it was previewed at camp. If you attended, you just got a nice special preview before anybody else did. So yeah, it is available now. So I folded my tabs back, apply glue, same way, aligning that score line, and the bottom edge of the scene. We're almost at 9 p.m. my time. I don't want to take too much of y'all's time. I would have put a little pebblestone walkway here, and I do still need to pick a giveaway winner. So let me add the 2 containers real quick to the front and frame this here. And here. Add my I love you sentiment. Kind of tuck it in, I don't know, right there. That feels good. Let me make sure it's straight on my horizon. Did we do it? That was a lot, but it's so cute. Let me reinforce this fold on my ink blended background real quick. Ooh, should we do a little reveal? Hold on. Let me take this off camera. Fold it real nice. You guys. So cute. What? And there you go. That's how it pops up. Just like that. How can I else? Oh, you know what? I'm going to try a different angle real quick. I have it set up on here. I don't know if I'll have audio. So I'm just going to... Oh, I really hope this works. Give me a second. We're going to lose audio for a second. So that's it. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, hopefully my audio came back right. But yeah, this is Concorder 9th Secret Garden Stax dies, and then the Pop Out Stax dies die set, Pop Out Stax base dies set. But yeah, it makes this gorgeous scene. Oh my gosh, there's so many ways you can do this now that I'm looking at this fall palettes. Of course, if I had the time to put the pebbles on here, that would be great. But yeah, like I mentioned, this right here, Secret Garden, is what you'll want to put. I'm going to try to pick a giveaway winner. How do I do this? Okay. Of course, that's the perk of joining me live. Let me just go back up. Okay. We are going to do this, I promise. Let me get my keyboard real quick. Or but thank you, everybody. Sorry, let me go back down to where you are. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Oh my gosh, it was just so easy to make. So, took a lot of time to prep. And just picking, you know, the source of inspiration, of course, is always going to be the most challenging part. But yeah. Here's my live. Let's go to it. Ooh. Picking comments. All right. Just extracting the comments from the live now. Let's see, so the first one I have, I've got you, it's, can I copy and paste this? Oh, you know what, I didn't put my email in the description. Did that show up? Alex, can you email me, please? In just a second, let me pick a second winner. Shows my kids. They're probably sleeping right now. They're probably really upset that I didn't feed them yet. Oh, chat. Chat is over here. Almost, I promise y'all. Where did it go, Jaycee? Here it is. Wow. Last one. There we go. I put it into AI to get the username of the winner. So send me an email with your email, please, and yeah, I'll get the $75 gift cards sent out to you. I forward that information over to the marketing team over at Concord and 9th. So that's all they'll be doing with that information. Otherwise, you all, it has been so fun to assemble this card. Let me just show it again. So cute. Congratulations to the winners. I hope I can get to do more sponsored giveaways. Again, next time. Oh, I didn't lose audio, did I? Okay, no, we're good. So, again, thank you so much for joining me. Oh, we ended right at 9. If there aren't any more pressing questions, you know, feel free to message me on Instagram. I'm at jaycee.gaspar. And if you do recreate this card, you know, make sure to tag me and Concord and 9th. Love to see your projects, and everything is linked in the description box with all the items I used to make this today. I cannot stop looking at this. This is so cute. I'm going to show my man in just a second. He's going to be like, this is our garden. And I'm going to be like, exactly, using, you know, that creative mind. So, so anyway, again, no live next Wednesday. I should be able to announce that I'm going live with Altenew on Sunday. We'll be using more flowers because why wouldn't we, right? But yeah, I don't want to like lie, but I'm not sure if they'll do a giveaway with me, but either way, it'll be a good time to interact with you all again. And for you all to spend some time with me in my little craft room here, and we'll make something fun. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to Concord and 9th for allowing me to play with these products and also to supply you all with a really generous giveaway today. So, yeah. Oh, Kathy right at the end. It's good to see you too. Still. But yeah, y'all have a good night wherever you are. 9 p.m. here in Denver. So, I appreciate you all staying up late with me. If you're just waking up, thank you for joining me this morning. But yeah, have a good evening, y'all.